I moved to Australia in 2011 as a poor student without any connections, no job money or family and friends, just 2 suitcases and more than $100,000 debt for my MBA program in the US. I started out by sharing a room with another student, living in a tiny old house with 8 other students and without any heater or just one bathroom to share. Every night I could feel the cold, high-pitched whistling winds blowing through the rattling bedroom window, keeping me awake at night. Life didn't look so promising back then. But I had this dream on the first day I stepped foot in Australia of creating the leading digital marketing agency for medical practices, and that dream has kept me going until today. Shortly after I have arrived and when I was still working on my web design development degree, in early 2012, I started OMD, and today OMD has turned 10 years old, and I can't be happier to see how many practices we have helped grow over the last 10 years. I can't actually remember the first time I heard that 96% of businesses fail in 10 years. I was shocked and upset. How can this be? What's happening if only 4 out of 100 businesses survive past the 10 years mark? If your practice is a decade or more old, then congratulations, you are one of the 4%. If your business is less than 10 years old, then I would like to share some of the most important lessons I learned over the years. And in this special video, I'm discussing about why 96% of practices fail within the first 10 years. A CB Insights analysis of 101 startups posed the reason why those businesses failed, according to their founders. Here are the top results. 42% of small businesses fail because there's no market need for their services or products. 29% failed because they ran out of cash. 23% failed because they didn't have the right team running the business. Now, 19% were out-competed and 18% failed because of pricing and cost issues. 17% failed because of poor product offering. 17% failed because they lack a business model. And 14% failed because of poor marketing, and also 40% failed because they ignore their customers. Clearly, there are so many reasons why small businesses fail, but a few keep coming to the top. Capital access, cash flow, lack of demand, and poor management. Now, the first reason, money run out. This widely given reason doesn't really explain why a business failed. The money ran out because it stopped coming in. So why did the cash flow dry up? Was it due to poorly managed costs or because sales weren't high enough? Money running out also relates to an inability to obtain financing or further financing needed to sustain a business, especially in the early days until a business can start generating profits. Basically, it comes down to sales pipeline and how could you keep building a predictable number of inquiries and revenues. I talk a lot about the similar topics in how to generate more predictable revenues in the podcast number 93 and what numbers you must know in practice marketing in the podcast number 92, which I leave the links in the show note below so you can check that out. Now, the second reason, lack of research. You have to know what your customers want. Too many would-be entrepreneurs go into the market thinking that they have the great service or product to offer, but they fail to realize that nobody wants that service or product. This also applies for practices who want to expand to a new location, or offer a new treatment, or buy a new device that costs a fortune. By doing your homework and researching your market, especially serving your existing patients, you will know exactly how to meet your potential patients' needs. Now, the third reason, wrong market. Too many people try to start a business targeting everyone as their demographic. This doesn't work as well. Next, they try to target everyone in their town. Again, too broad. The more narrowly defined your niche is, the easier it will be to market to the right audience. This is one of the most common mistakes in marketing. If you talk to everyone, you basically talk to no one. The market is getting hyper competitive and there is an increasing number of similar service and product providers in your field. You need to know the group or target audience that you want to attract and provide solution to the problems that this group or target audience has. Now, I talk about how to drive unlimited traffic to your clinic in the postcard number 67 and 3 marketing questions you must answer in podcast number 63. So in this episode, I talk about the concept of the Dream 100, which is the idea of identifying the top 100 tribes that thousands of your target audience are already active members of, and finding a way to infiltrate these tribes for displaying your targeted message to these tribes members. And then this will take your ideal patients from, I never heard about this clinic, to what is this clinic that I keep hearing about? Now, the reason number 4 is bad marketing. It could be said that a business boils down to 2 aspects, marketing and bookkeeping. If you excel at both, it doesn't matter what you're selling or offering because somebody will buy it. The sad truth is that most entrepreneurs know their craft and little else. Instead of flomping through your marketing campaign, hire out that aspect of your business. It costs money, of course, but if it's done right, it will bring in much more than what you spend. I have this story to tell you, and you probably know Vincent van Gogh, who became one of the most famous and influential figures in Western art history for the last over 2,000 years. And in a decade, he created about 2,001 artworks, including around 860 oil paintings, and most of which date from the last 2 years of his life. And yet, over his short lifetime, he always struggled with poverty and managed to sell only one painting, the Red Vineyard. It went for 400 francs, then $20 back then, at the Brussels exhibition in March 1890, 4 months before his suicide. And then one of his most famous paintings, the Portrait of Dr. Gadget, was later sold for $82.5 million in 1990, long after his death. His sad stories say that something to us, it doesn't matter how much skill, experience, or great your services or products are. If you don't know how to market it, you are more likely to fail. I hope this story sums up my message today, and you need to constantly work on your marketing and sales and increase the sales pipeline, and that's the bloodstream of your practice. Back to my earlier note, this year marks 10 years anniversary for online marketing for doctors. OMD has seen grown incredibly well over time, and I couldn't be proud of the work that my wonderful OMD team has done to support doctors, surgeons across Australia and around the world to achieve their own dreams for their practices. We're now continuing to expand our reach internationally to North America, Asia, and Europe, providing digital marketing services to Chinese and Spanish-speaking communities, helping our clients to provide their offerings to new and growing markets. But the tale doesn't end here. It's constantly being rewritten every day with new exciting challenges and opportunities in this dynamically changing and ever-growing industry. Now, if you want to learn more about me and how our team can help you generate more new patients via digital marketing channels, please reach out to us and book your 15 minutes discovery call with me. I'll show you the current problems and opportunities that you might have with your practice marketing. And happy anniversary to OMD, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope to talk to you soon in our discovery call. Bye for now.